NFL training camps are now open. Alex Smith has been given clearance to return to full football activities, and multiple players are opting out of the 2020 season. All this and more in 20 seconds. Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast, sponsored by Football, Darts, and Fantasy Sports Alliance. Glad to be back with you all. Even though it is nice to have a week off every once in a while, I sure do miss the heck out of you all when I am gone for that week. So it is good to be back. It's good to see you all on. Who's on right now? I see MJ's on, Jonathan's on, Damien's on. Damien says he likes the hat. Damien, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure how the hat would go over tonight, especially with everything that was going on. However, what I realized when I looked over and I kind of decided last night that this is the outfit that I was going to wear for the night, I think I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that there's a couple of hats that are on my collection that still have the stickers on them. And I only take the stickers off when I get ready to wear them for you guys. And that's this one. I think I have a Detroit Lions hat that still has stickers on it you haven't seen. And that actually might be it. This might be one of the three last ones that I had. And I think I did the Chicago Bears one for you guys about a month or so ago. So this is on for tonight. Heather's on with us as well. How is everybody? Randy came on too. Randy, how are you? Brandon's on with us. The whole gang is here. It looks like we got 14 people live with us. Appreciate you all. Hey, let's talk about football darts. We'd like to thank our broadcast sponsor, Football Darts. Football Darts is a game that combines the skill of traditional darts with the strategies of American football. This innovative dart game is played on a uniquely designed multiple-target dartboard. Unlike traditional British darts, American football darts is a game that combines both the skill of darts and the strategies of football. It can be played in sports bars, at tailgate events, as league tournaments, or as a leisure activity in the comfort of your home. If you would like to check out their officially licensed collegiate dartboards, go to footballdarts.com. Hey, Sergeant G on with us. First Sergeant G is on with us tonight. G, how are you? Hey, I saw you in the garage as I was coming around the corner. It looked like you were working on some cups again, and it looked like you were all in your PPE. So I'm going to assume that everything is good to go with the cups. I know that there are a couple people in this household that are looking for some from you. So let us know if it's all systems go for you doing that again. So that'd be awesome. What are we saying over there? What does MJ need to catch up on? I missed something there. Everybody say hi to everybody. Maybe that's what we're missing out on. I don't know. Hey, they say an empty wagon makes a lot of noise. Listen to our partners Josh, Eric, and Brad talk fantasy football on their podcast, the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. They are your one-stop shop for fantasy football information and news. The guys talk rankings, projections, with a whole lot of comedy. This week's show was called the NFC North Breakdown, and that was on the heels of last week's show, which was the AFC North Breakdown. The guys broke down each one of the skilled positions from each of the teams in the North divisions of both of the conference. And at the end of this week's show, they had a little bit of an extra special feature called Hitch Your Wagon segment. I'm not going to tell you any more about Hitch Your Wagon segment because I want you to go out and listen to them. For over the last couple of weeks, maybe even a year, I've been telling you to go out to a particular site, and we are changing and shifting gears. I would like you to go out and find them on Anchor, and you will find Anchor at anchor.fm. Go out there and subscribe to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. Follow them on all of their social media and on their website, which is at Empty Wagon FF, at least for the time being that it is. I can't thank those guys enough for everything that they're doing over there right now. As much as they're plugging FSA for us, I can tell you that without a doubt we had a whole lot of new social media members come out on both Instagram and Facebook over the last couple weeks, and I got to believe that it's because of their work and they're mentioning us over there on podcasts. So Brad, Josh, and Eric, thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate you. Great things coming for you in the future, and can't wait to see what that's all about. And thank you for allowing us to be in on that hint a little bit, and more to come for all of you that are out there watching it right now. We can't wait to show you what it's all about. If you like the show, tonight, please like and share and subscribe right down here. All of those things are our social media links. You got us on the World Wide Web, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. We'll talk about the YouTube channel a little bit later on as we get further on in the show. But for now, we're going to talk about some NFL news. So players started reporting to training camp yesterday after the NFL Players Association told players that as long as you're on the week 1 roster and you play at least one game, your contract for this year won't toll and you'll still get an accrued season and benefits. So everybody started showing up except for a couple of the big names that I'm going to mention to you right now. And these are the players that have decided to opt out for the year. And what I did was I kind of put a collection of the players that we really care about on the offensive side of the ball, ones that we probably maybe drafted in our dynasty leagues or might draft in our redraft leagues, or for anybody who might be in deep redraft leagues. So one of those is Green Bay wide receiver Devin Funchess. Another one is Philadelphia wide receiver Marquise Goodwin. New England running back Brandon Bolden. And then just a few hours ago, we found out Kansas City running back Damian Williams is opting out for the 2020 season as well. And then, of course, add to that some offensive lineman players that we don't really draft, and then some players on the defensive side of the ball that don't necessarily affect the entire team of defense. And since we don't do individual defensive players here, we didn't mention any of those. But speaking of the defensive side of the ball, and I don't have all of the details here, again, because it's the defensive side of the ball. Maybe somebody out there can give me the numbers. One of the Bosa brothers, I don't even know which one it is. Somebody might else have to help me out with that as well. The one that plays for the Chargers, he signed some big contract, lots and lots of money, but he plays on the defensive side of the ball, so I don't really care. Let's see what else is going on out there. MJ and I need to catch up. Yeah, you two need to catch up, definitely. You two need to catch up. It's been a while. You guys haven't seen each other on for a little bit. Chris is on with us tonight as well. Chris, how are you? How are things at work? What are things like in the future over there across the pond? Oh, yeah, and MJ just mentioned this. This is pretty awesome. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm glad somebody brought it up here so we can talk about it. That Patrick Mahomes took all of that big contract and the guaranteed money that he got in the new contract that he signed, and now he is a part owner in the Kansas City Royals baseball team. I couldn't think of a better investment that a young man like that could make in a professional sports organization, especially in the same city that he's going to play in for at least the next 10 years. At least that is the hope. So what a wise investment by that guy, whoever is giving him investment advice. Good on you for doing that to him, and I thought that was pretty awesome. And MJ, thank you for bringing that up. Athena's on with us. Bolden is no big deal, but the defensive side is taking a big hit with players opting out. So, and I know what you're saying on that one, Jonathan. You're right. On the New England side of the ball, yeah, Bolden's probably not that big of a deal, but I think there's like 4 or 5 guys on the defensive side of the ball that really could hurt New England. But once again, we're talking entire teams. Still only 5 guys on that side of the ball, so don't really know what that looks like until we get a little bit deeper into everything. Yeah, Hightower is a big miss. Definitely for that side of the ball and where he's at, yeah, would be. But once again, not really fantasy relevant to us, so that's why I didn't bring him up. He says the future's grim. Now, are you saying the future's grim because of New England or just future's grim because of the league? Because I'm okay if the future is grim for New England. Sorry for all of my New England fans that are out there. I am okay with that. I see Brian on with us as well. Oh, and now I know why you're saying Joey. It's Joey Bosa was the one that had the big contract extension for the Chargers. Brian, for you being an Ohio State fan, thank you for correcting me on that, because me being a Michigan fan, I could care less. All right, so this one's not really COVID related, but the Eagles have placed wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey on the active PUP list. And then 2 names came out tonight on the Detroit Lions side of the ball. I know it was tight end TJ Hawkinson and one of the wide receivers, I believe, somebody tell me who it was, that are on the inactive COVID list, but not the same thing as opting out. So they get a chance to still come back this year, so not completely stepping away for the season. Somebody tell me who the other person was. Chris says, future's grim because I'm tired and 20 minutes left of work, then bedtime. Chris, we'll see if we can't end this show before or right at the time it's time for you to get off of work. So glad to have you with us tonight because I know you don't always get to make it. Yeah, Galladay was the wide receiver. Thank you, Brian, for hooking me up with that. So Galladay and TJ Hawkinson are on the inactive COVID list right now, which isn't the same thing as opting out. So they have the ability to come back, and I think Randy's saying boo because he's booing me for what I said about the Patriots, but that's okay. I'm still a Jets fan, so I can I can boo as well. Hey, so something we said at the top of the show about Alex Smith. He has been given the green light to start football activities again, which is a miracle if you saw the injury and the number of surgery this guy has had. So really, really good on Alex. Even if he never plays another down in football again, just to be in the position that he's in right now and saying that he can return to football activities is just incredible. So I wanted to make sure that I brought light to that. If you haven't seen the video out there, the video is actually of him running drills earlier this year. And a lot of people are trying to say that that's recent, but that is from earlier this year. And regardless, even when you watch that video from a couple of months ago, it's simply amazing to see him to be able to do the things that he's doing right now. And if you don't have a weak stomach, go out and see what that injury looked like in the aftermath of the surgeries. And I think somebody told me there's a 30 for 30 out there as well, maybe, or something like that that has something to do with him. I haven't watched it yet, and the reason I haven't watched it yet is because I do, in fact, have a weak stomach, and stuff like that really, really freaks me out. Dislocations, bones coming through the skin, just stuff like that just really grosses me out. So I not watch that thing. Kevin on with us as well. Evil Empire, what's up, brother? How are you? I hope you all are having a good night. For everybody who haven't said specifically hi to tonight. We have 14 people out there right now. It's pretty awesome. All right, hey, so let's talk about membership a little bit. So now we know that the season the training camps are open. There's hope of a season. The membership window is still staying open until 16 August. You know, we originally were going to close it this Friday, which would have been the 31st of July. Now we're going to keep it open all the way to 16 August, hoping to pick up those last-minute people to join the league. Complete transparency on our side. We only have 45 people in the redraft league right now, which doesn't even reach the halfway point of where we wanted to be for 2020. But I also get everybody's hesitation right now. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks, depending on what's going on with NFL, and not just NFL, all sports, NBA and Major League Baseball included, people will see that the NFL is taking all these precautions, and hopefully we'll be able to have a season, and hopefully we'll be able to get people to join. We still have our 48 teams that are in the redraft league, and then we have our 16 teams that are in the quarterback, the QB54 arm and leg league, which is all quarterbacks and kickers. So if you're out there and you still haven't signed up for that, and you're one of the 45 that are in our redraft, and you want to get into a really fun league that's going to have a cool prize at the end of it, join the QB54 Arm and Leg League. Nothing but quarterbacks and kickers. The prize at the end of it is a set of QB54 chairs. And if you still have not seen them, even though you've been with us for a couple of weeks, I got a commercial for you. It's going to be about a minute long. This is what QB54 is all about. I see Randy saying Superfan is coming back. That means Kathy's coming back. Super excited about that. Let me know when she's ready to sign up. And Eric Figueroa on with us tonight. Eric, how are you? I think this is the first time you've been able to catch us live. I'm not sure. Let me know if it is or not. I think you were trying to catch us last week and we didn't go live. And I don't know if you got us the week before when we were live or not. So let me know if this is the first time you've been able to come in or not, brother. So still sticking on membership for a little bit to let you all know, since we are keeping membership open until 16 August, our draft selection shows for all of the redraft leagues and the QB54 arm and leg leagues were going to be on the 22nd and 23rd of August. That is going to be the week before we actually draft. Wanted to make sure everybody got at least a week worth of mock drafting in after you know what position you were drafting from. And we still wanted to hold the drafts before Labor Day weekend. That way it doesn't mess with anybody's long weekend and the possibility of any family vacations you might still have, if it's possible with COVID going on. So we didn't want to mess with that, and that's probably going to be a new staple for FSA, is to make sure we don't touch Labor Day weekend. So that last Saturday, Sunday in August, kind of mark that on your calendar right now for this year and future years, which is going to be the 29th and 30th of August this year. And that is when we will hold the draft for you all for all those different leagues. TBD of when that's actually going to happen, which regions that's going to affect, because that's really going to be determined on how many teams we end up with and how we end up having to break those regions up, which is why if you go over to the website right now, you see where I think it's 10 or 11 regions right now, because we actually have members from that many regions that are out there. But eventually, those are all going to be consolidated. We're going to have 12 teams per, and then we'll roll with whatever we've got for the year. So we'll see what that looks like whenever it's time for the season. But like I said, we got 45 that are signed up right now. I think of those 45, we had kind of been padding that number a little bit over the last couple of weeks with 17 of the ones that have been playing with us for a really long time. 2 of them recently signed up this week, so I very much appreciate you. So I think we still got about 15 more that we can add to that list of long-term members. That would put us at 60 right now, which also wouldn't be a bad season if we had to do 6-10s. We just have to make a little bit of adjustment of what that's going to look like for competition-wise, playoff-wise, and all of those good things. So let's talk about our next broadcast. We are getting so close to the season starting right now. Even if I'm having a bad Army day like I was last week and I needed the time off, I'm going to bite the bullet and make sure that you all see my ugly mug on this show every week all the way through the beginning of the season. So from here on out, you don't have to wonder if we're going to be around on Wednesday night or not. We will be here Wednesday night, and our next show is going to be on 5 August, which, by the way, is the day after my birthday, and usually I don't care about that, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways for you all. Just saying. Let's see. Eric says it is his first time watching the show live. I was going to catch the show last week and said I can't miss it this time. Well, I apologize for us not having a show last week, brother. Sometimes just the stuff that I do in the Army gets in the way and it mentally exhausts me and doesn't give me the time to get ready for the show. And last week I was not ready to be in front of you all. But I promise you, from here all the way out until February of next year, right after the Super Bowl is over and we do our last show after the Super Bowl, you will see my ugly face live for however many weeks that is. Chris, after I mentioned that it was going to be my birthday next week, Chris says, happy 60th. I really don't like you right now, man. It's pretty funny. I appreciate it. And Chris says he's happy to run mocks whenever people want them. Just hit him up. Don't do going mocks with Chris. I'll tell you why you don't want to do mocks with that man. That man is just trying to get some intel from you. I'm telling you, he is a snake. He gonna find out who you gonna pick. What you do is only mock with that man if you're already not in the region to draft with him in the first place. Just saying, man. I'm putting your secret out there. But no, really, Chris is really good about getting us mock drafts set up and stuff like that. I think he uses the Sleeper app. Is that right, Chris? I did one with him a year or so ago. Good site to do mock drafting on, and especially after you find out what spot you're going to be picking from, it really is good to kind of get your mind right, get a couple of them under your belt so you know what you're doing when you're getting ready to go out there and do it. You kind of see what the landscape looks like as the players are coming towards you, so it's not a bad idea to do. And Ted Howard says, truth, I'm not sure if he is saying that I'm going to be 60 years old or if it's truth that we should run mock drafts. But knowing him, he's probably saying that I'm 60 years old. I've not already set up a 250. Yeah, Sleeper's where you use it. Yeah, mocks are great. Go out and use Sleeper for mocks. Another one that I would love to plug, because I know the guy, Kevin, he's out of the Cleveland area of Ohio. He runs called Fantasy Football Calculator. Every year he is improving the database that is on that thing. Ever since the very first year I used him, and I want to say Heck, I might be mock drafting from him from the last 6 or 7 seasons. And his platform gets better every single year. So if you want another one to go out and do Fantasy Football Calculator, go check that one out. Like I said, he keeps adding more and more things to his platform, so it's always good. But I mean, you could be 60 also. Hey, sir, I gotta admit though, if I remember right, we're really not that far apart in age. I think I think you might have me by 2 years, and that might be it. If it's 3, I'd be super surprised. But you're really not that much older than me. I promise you, I'm not older than you, even though you probably do look a heck of a lot younger than I do. All right, hey, so let's talk about the YouTube channel. So we do have a YouTube channel. You see the link of it down there, right there. That's our YouTube channel. We need to get a custom YouTube channel name. I would love to have that custom YouTube channel name before the season gets started. Right now, we're sitting at 49 people. So we have seen a little bit of an increase over the couple of the weeks in this off season. But we need to reach 100 to get that custom YouTube channel name. So if you're watching this now and you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go out and search Fantasy Sports Alliance. Look for the one that already has 49 subscribers to it, because there's 2 channels floating out there. The reason there's a second channel floating is because when we created the first channel years ago, we did it with our Yahoo account. And apparently when YouTube and Gmail or Google kind of linked together, if you had any old email address linked to it, you would not be able to get back into that site at all. And it's not like you can easily reach out to YouTube and cancel a site. The only way to do it is through fax. Yes, I said fax. And we have not done that yet. So there is a second channel out there. You do not have to join that one. Join the one that has 49 members on it right now. Subscribe to it. You can turn the alerts off. You don't have to see whenever we post a channel. But we just want to reach that 100 magic number to be able to get our YouTube channel. So please go out and do that for us. Ted says fake news. I don't know. We'll have to talk offline, sir. I think I remember how old you are. I'm taking a guess here. It's been a long, long time. Jamie's on with us as well. Jamie, how are you? He says, I got you. Man, I would love to have you back. I don't care what team brand you come back as this year. It could be an old one. It could be a new one, man. I just want to have you back. I think you've changed it every single year since you've been in the league. You were the Goliaths. Man, you have to help me out with all of the different teams that you've been. I think every year it's been a different brand. I think one year it was the, man, I don't think you were ever the Weasels, but I know you've had some crazy names. Chris Simpson says, I'm 21 again. Man, if I knew now, if I could go back and take the knowledge with me to be 21-year-old, Horny Toads, that's what it was. That's the name I couldn't think of, Jamie. If I could take the knowledge with me and go back and do 21 again and start over right at that point, man, life would be so much different, definitely. All right, hey, let's talk about our merchandise a little bit. And the reason we're bringing that up is I think it was probably at this point almost 4 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, we told you that we were getting into the jersey business after my terrible experience with the jersey company that I have making my Monarchs jersey for me. So, you know me, I've got a story to tell. So let me tell you the most recent stuff first that affects you all. So we reached out, and I want to say Heather Newman, thank you very much for making that connection for us. Made a connection with a local company called Hometown Sports. They are literally 9 miles from my house, and in a triangular pattern between my house and them, and Augusta Sportswear is where they're at. Super awesome hometown location. They could do exactly what we were looking for our jerseys. Now, what it come down to was the quality of jersey we were going to be able to give you. So I worked with Will Highsmith and Rachel, who is, I believe, an intern at Hometown Sports. I went up and saw them. Heather, you have to tell me what day we went out and saw them, because I honestly don't remember. It was sometime last week, I think. We went up and saw them and told them what we were looking for. And Will put together this short list of jerseys he thought would work well with FSA. Sent an email over. We've looked over them and said, hey, these are the jerseys that we would like to see, touch, and feel. They did not have them in stock. So with Augusta Sportswear being so close and their showroom floor being closed right now, he's able to get those samples brought in-house for us. I just received an email tonight from him and Rachel saying that they will get those in really, really quick, today is Wednesday. We might be able to see them on Friday. If not, we'll be able to see them on Monday. And we'll see if that's the quality of jersey that we want to get you all and see the different style of things that they can do for us. They were showing us examples on all of the different jerseys that they had in-house, and I really do believe it's exactly what you all are looking for. So we found our jersey company, we think, to do it, and we will let you know more as we were able to touch and feel everything and see them. And Heather says we went last Thursday, so tomorrow will be a week. And I think the only reason we're not already seeing and touching them is a little bit of delay on my part, because they sent me an email a couple nights ago that took me a while to respond to. The examples looked fantastic. In fact, the two that he sent me links to were two that I was already looking at when I looked at Augusta Sportswear catalog online. So really excited to be able to see these things and see if it's exactly what we want. So all of that being said, as we had that meeting with Will and Rachel last week, which was on Thursday, I remembered, man, I have not heard back from the jersey company that still owes me from Hopco Sports, that still owes me 2 jerseys from the screw up from the first jersey that they gave me. So I went back through and researched through my emails and come to find out the last correspondence I had with the owner of Hopco Sports was June 23rd. And he promised me before 4th of July weekend that those jerseys would be done. I would have a tracking number, and I would have them within 4 days after that. So let's assume that the 4th of July weekend went long, and let's just go ahead and give them a benefit of the doubt and a couple days on there. So I'm thinking at the very latest, I'm going to get these jerseys on July 12th. So last Thursday would have been July 23rd, and I still don't have them in my hands. So I reach out to the owner of Hopco Sports, and I let him know my extreme displeasure with him and his business. Not only did I did it, but I actually did a little bit of stalking and found his actual home telephone number. And not only did I leave him an email, which most of you probably saw because I CC'd all of you on it, I left him a nasty gram on his Facebook message, and I called him directly on his home phone, which he did in fact answer. And we had a conversation that was really one-sided, and I think I pretty much hung up on the guy. So what I got back from him was a message on Facebook saying that within 4 days of that conversation, he would give me tracking numbers of my jerseys and let me know when I should be having them. That 4th day will be tomorrow. He promised me during one of those messages that he had pictures for me of the jerseys and would be sending them to me shortly. I did not receive those pictures for well over 24 hours and probably would not have if I hadn't hit him back up again and told him that I had not received those pictures. And when he sent them to me, it's hard for me to tell size in a picture because there's nothing in the picture relative to it to show me size. But I just have this feeling that these things are going to be so small that they're going to fit on my dogs. I just have this gut feeling. So I'm hoping, no matter what comes to me, that we will be able to do a better service, and I know we will do a better service with Hometown Sports and be able to get jerseys out to you all. We're going to keep the line really, really small at first until we get some good products out to you all, and then we'll expand that line a little bit more as we go into more and more business with Hometown Sports. So I want to let you know that we have not stopped pursuing that. We are right at the edge of being able to make it all happen for you. So I want to give you that update. And I know that was a very long explanation, so I apologize for that. MJ says that even if those jerseys fit on my dogs, they would be best dressed dogs. Well, they'll be best dressed because they have Monarchs gear on them, not because the jerseys actually probably look good. MJ says, Hopco, what a joke and everything you've gone through. And what makes me even more mad about this, and I wrote him directly in, I don't remember if it was a text message or in the Facebook message to him, but this is a man who served in the Air Force for 24 years. Now, how long he's been out, I do not know. But for him to treat a current service member like this, I can't even imagine what he's doing to the rest of the market who's trying to get jerseys from him. So I could promise you this. We will never be using Hopco Sports again, at least not through the FSA channels. Hey, so let's talk about our sponsor since we're talking about different people that are out there, Hopco Sports not being one of them. So I would like to thank QB54 for sponsoring our Arm and Leg League. Mike and Frank Silva, thank you guys very much for what you are doing for us. We very much appreciate it. If you guys haven't got a chance to go out and follow QB54 on any of their social media, please go out and do that. They are always hustling. They just sent an entire U-Haul truck worth of games out, I think, within this past week. Super awesome. Those guys just never stop hustling. Go out and check out their stuff. They are sponsoring our QB54 Arm and Leg League this year, and they will be giving us a set of chairs to the champion of that one. Also, thank you to Football Darts. They are our broadcast sponsor last year and this year. Jonathan Davies, the owner of Football Darts, I appreciate you believing in us and coming back on with us for a second year in a row. Thank you to Nature Coast Tailgating and Brandon. Brandon is sponsoring our World Championship Bowl game this year, and he is giving out a full set of cornhole boards and bags custom to your logo if you are the world champion of the FSA League this year. Thank you to Finger Lakes Mercantile and their owner, another Brandon Gums this time. Brandon, thank you for everything that you do for us. Brandon is going to be sponsoring a bowl game for us this year. And not only that, Brandon does all of our video editing and loading over to YouTube. And he's working on a couple special projects for us right now that we are doing behind the scenes that you will see in a couple of weeks, we are hoping. So Brandon, thank you very much. Thank you to Cranky Veteran Candle Company and Ryan and his wife. Thank you guys for believing us and coming on this year. We are promising that we will do more and more for you as the season goes on, which kind of is a connection to what we were just talking about with Brandon from Finger Lakes Mercantile. So thank you for believing in us. MJ on with us and her Southern Siren Sugar Scrub. MJ, thank you for bringing your specialized products on with us again this year. I know that the Great Lakes region got to enjoy your products last year. Can't wait to see who ends up getting to enjoy those this year. Let me know what's going on with a beard balm, and if you've got all of the guys with the that have said that they were going to volunteer to use your beard balm and how that is working out. And thank you for Deep South Creations, another Brandon that's out there, Brandon Prince, who's doing great things. If you haven't got a chance to see any of his products, go out and follow Deep South Creations and look at what he's doing out there. He does amazing things. He just got an upgrade to his workshop. When I first got to meet him, I guess it's been a little over a year now, and see where he was working out of and producing these great products. And now to see that he has this amazing new workshop, so happy for him. A much-deserved upgrade for him. So, Brandon, congratulations on that. And, of course, thank you to Mondo and the boys from the Recast, which are the official music of Fantasy Sports Alliance. Thank you guys for what you do for us. Let us know if Cold Cock Fest is still happening in October of this year. I promised you last year that I would be coming out to the festival this year. As long as COVID cooperates, I will be taking leave and I will be coming to see you all in October. That is a promise. Man, that pretty much ends the show. If you like the show tonight, make sure you go out and share right here from Facebook out to all your family, friends, and coworkers. Go over to the YouTube channel and like it so we can get us a custom name. And then follow us on all of our social media that's down there, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we very much appreciate it. Football is back, everybody. If you haven't already signed up and you are a regular with us, make sure you reach out to us. If you don't already know how to sign up for the 2020 season, we'll point you in the right direction. And let's get those numbers. The number we want to reach this year is 96. Let's get there. You all have a great evening. In case you didn't know what it looks like when you got to go over to the YouTube channel, that's kind of what it looks like right there. You want to give it a thumbs up. You want to subscribe. You don't really have to turn the alerts on, though, if you don't want to, if you don't want it bothered. But we would really like you to subscribe to the channel. We will see you all next week on 5 August. You all have a great evening.